All right, so today I want to talk about the layered workflow that I use. And we're in Maya, and I have my reference image attached to the side camera. So I like to work in orthographic views. So here I just created a locator, and I'm running that locator on my character's hips. And I'm going every 2 frames, tracking the hips. Excuse me. And the reason why I'm doing this is I'm getting an idea of the spacing and the arc of the hips. As you can see, I'm turning on the arc tracker here, and I'm kind of defining where things are speeding up and they're slowing down, getting the ease in and outs. And sometimes I even like draw these arcs on like paper. And here I start to animate my character. And I'm only keying 2 curves here. One is translate Y, one is translate Z. So translate Z is him moving forward. And then I like to keep my graph editor open in like another window to see the ease in and outs. Here I'm defining how much he's traveling forward. And now I'm working on the up and down. So the character is starting high and then he goes low at frame 22. And in the graph editor, I just add keys and I define the spacing. Here, I'm looking at my character from the top view as well. I like to see how much distance he's covering from the top view. Now I'm looking at the hips, the rotation of the body, and I'm defining how much he's rotating. And pay attention, I'm using only 3 curves here. I'm adding more keys, defining the favors, the ease in and outs. Okay, now the hips are done. Now I'm tracking the chest, going every 2 frames, just looking at the chest as a mass. So for the chest, I go straight ahead by looking at the reference from the orthographic view. That's how I like to pose out my character first. And here, frame 6, he's kind of like squashing a little bit to the side. So I'm getting those extreme chest poses in there. And here I don't really care about using minimal amount of controls, curves, because I will show you a trick in a bit. The problem with this chest here, it's affecting the head, and the head is like all over the place. It's wobbling. So if you look at it from the front view, you can see like that head is like going side to side, which it doesn't look very appealing, right? So here I create a locator, and I put this locator on the top of his head, and one point is touching his nose, and I just animate that locator A to B, so frame 0 to 22, and that locator is just traveling. But here I added my chest into an animation layer, and you see like I'm moving the spine so his nose can touch the tip of that locator there. And I'm going frame by frame here from the side view to orthographic view. And this will make my character's head stable. Usually people who are like trained, if someone's like focused on you, if he's like fighting with you, that head is going to be locked in looking at you, right? So the front view is really bad. So I'm going to the front. You have to go to the front view as well. And I'm looking at the nose, and I'm just rotating the spine to match that locator, center of that locator. So you'll see in a bit how this looks. It's pretty cool. So let's play it. Yeah, the head is traveling in a more stable way. And if I want to add some jitter, I can come down here to the animation layer, this area here, and I can drag it left and right. So 0 would be like a very wobbly head, and 1 would be like its smoothest head. But I'm going to keep it at 90 and just merge that layer so it has a little bit of like dirt in there. So I'm kind of ignoring the other body parts here, and now I'm just going to focus on the hand. So this is what it looks like. All right, let's focus on the hands. I'm going to turn the hand into IK and just make a selection set out of the right hand, including the shoulder. And I'm going to turn my timeline into stepped. My keys will be in stepped, so I'm just going to focus on the poses here. So let's get a pose in there, a rough pose. Keep in mind, whenever you're animating like this, your poses are not going to be very appealing, but later on with animation layers, towards the end, you can make these poses look awesome later. Just not in the beginning, right? So here I'm getting that pose in there where he's like guarding his face. I'm going to go to frame 12, around 12. Hyperextend that arm. Get that nice punch pose in there. And I'm working on stepped. So you'll see the arm just popping in and out. And let's just copy frame 0 to 19. Borrow that pose and just like clear it up. So there it is. And I'm going to add more in-betweens in there. Define how that arm is moving. And turn that into auto tangents. So this is what it looks like real time. I mean, slowed down. Yeah, there it is. The beauty with this is you can animate really fast with this in this workflow. Check this out. So I quickly got some motion in the viewport. It's not amazing. It's not like very polished, but this is what I got in a couple minutes. And you do this for the whole body. So you work inside out. Here, I start to pose out the other arm. Same thing, just make a selection set. Get those key poses in there. That's the hyper extended arm punch. Yeah, the problem with this workflow is just you don't get amazing poses, but you get things moving, like you get the timing, the energy of it first. And later on, you can even like bake down your animation on like 2s or 3s, and you can just focus on those poses. Now I'm working on the hips. And let's check it out. This is real-time playback here. Look at it from the top view. I have a hotkey that switches between top view, side view, front view. And you do the same thing for the feet. Now, for the feet, what I like to do is I like to change pivot points and just animate straight ahead with the feet. So I'm just going to create a knot offset using basic over rig scripts and put that locator on the tip of that foot. And I'm just going to animate one curve at a time here, which is rotate X. That feet is coming up. I'm defining my ease in and outs. Or you can work pose to pose here, just like we did. And later on, you can bake the feet into IK, FK, whatever you want, and just clean it up. So that's the workflow. And then at the end, what I like to do is I just like to select all my character and then add that to an animation layer and just focus on those key poses, make them look awesome. If you want to learn more about this, I'll share a link in the comment section. And I have like more workflows like these. 33 hours of just like videos of like demonstrations of these. All right, cool. Thank you.